Yeah. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. And it is now 11:26 p.m. on the east coast of the planet Earth. Hey, Judy, everybody, Day, everybody out there. Edward, David, or David Edward. Good evening. We're going to have a great show tonight. I posted a few new videos on the main page of my Astro Command page, and a lot of stuff going on. And this, I've noticed less footage or UFO footage or UAP footage on TikTok in the last few days. So I don't know why. Maybe people just aren't seeing anything. I've seen less of the so-called drone activity. I see some of it still happening, but I'm seeing more video now of what we call UAPs, unidentified flying objects or orbs. And these orbs are appearing. I'm going to show you some video footage tonight of some orbs that appeared in Ontario, Canada. These were pretty cool. Two of these orbs, they were really bright. These weren't drones. And just to let people know, there's a difference between drones and orbs. Orbs are not drones, and drones are not orbs. So there's a distinct difference. And there's also a difference between things that are spacecraft from other worlds that will not look like orbs. Their orbs are one type of thing, but there's all types of spacecraft from outer space that are all different. Some look like pyramids, others don't. They're all different. Susan, good to see you. Everybody coming in here, welcome to the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. And so you'll find there's a lot of different types of objects that are off planet. They're not all one specific type. Hey, Hetty, good to see you. So we're going to have a great show. My show from last night is on my YouTube channel. Now we're caught up to every show that we've done. We're clear of all our shows. This will be the #1 show that will be put on my YouTube channel by tomorrow. So we have no backlog on our shows. You can see all our shows on my YouTube channel, Astro Command Spaceship News, and our Astro Command night, which was last night. You can watch that show as well. Lexi, good to see you. Francis, thank you for the hanging light. We appreciate it. So we've been looking, hey, One Toyota, good to see you. I'm always studying different things. I'm very adept to watching videos. And if I think the video doesn't add much to content that's going to be helping people understand the differences between these drones and the extraterrestrial spaceships of different types, I tend to stay away from the drone footage. There's just been too much of that. And now you're seeing, if you really watch carefully, as I do, I look at lots of video from all over the place, and you're starting to see more of the non-terrestrial craft appearing in the skies all over the world. In Rhode Island, there was a great video that I'll show here from a neighboring state. Kit Kat, the video, hey, Kit Kat, I know yours wasn't a drone at all. And so the video I'm going to show tonight, as a matter of fact, I might just show it to start. This is from Ontario. I got plenty of video to show here tonight on the show. And this is the place where we'll do some newscasting. 2 large glowing orbs over city of Toronto. And the question is, let's see, this was submitted December 22nd, 2024, Vaughan, Ontario, Canada. She said there were at least 3, there were for at least an hour just hovering over the city. Someone else just uploaded video of the same orb. So I'm going to show you this right now as we're getting into video footage here, and this is for entertainment purposes only. We're going to show you some video footage here of what is non-terrestrial. These are not drones. I'm trying to stay away from that. And we're going to show you here on the show some of the things going on here. And being because I'm a former newscaster and news director, my background as a news director for an NPR station, I know what to look for. And I take that training pretty clearly. So we're going to do this here. You're going to see a video here of Toronto, Canada, Vaughan, Ontario, not Toronto, I'm sorry. Let's go to the video. Let me see if I can bring the video up in just a minute. Let's see, is this going to be there? Let's see. Give me a second here. We'll have the video for you. Ooh, that's interesting. The video is now unavailable. Isn't that something? The video I was going to show you is now not available. I think wherever the video was taken down. Let me see here. Let me see here. Maybe there's another copy of the video. Here it is. This is from Toronto. It's right here. I'm going to show it to you. It was taken down off another place, but I'm going to show it to you here. If I can do this here. Okay, let's do this here. Here's the video. This is from Toronto. This is for entertainment purposes only. These are two distinct orbs. Really bright. These are not drones. This is in Vaughan, Ontario. This is December 22nd, 2024. This is only a few days ago. What is today's date? Anyway, this is so here. Look how beautiful. These are really bright. This is for entertainment purposes only, educational purposes only. And you're going to see more of this activity above Vaughan, Ontario. Vaughan must be a city somewhere in Ontario. I don't know where it is. Today is the 22nd, so they must have recorded it this evening. Yeah. No blinking. And when they're not blinking, that means they're not drones. Or, my opinion is on the drone situation is that those are government operated, in my opinion. Just so I don't have any problems here, my opinion. And these here in Toronto are definitely spacecraft. These are definitely non-terrestrial spacecraft. I've studied tons of videos over the number of years, so I know what I'm looking at. I get videos every day now from people. I'm looking at videos, they ask me what my opinion is. They're positive mindless occasion. These are star people. I mean, the ships are ships. The ships don't look like our normal Earth-based ships because that's not the way they operate. Many of these ships are vibrating at a very high frequency. So the beautiful part of looking at this video is that the ships, these ships are multidimensional. They can go in and out of our particular atmosphere and disappear in 2 seconds. But these are definitely positive space people or space beings that are inside these ships. There's a higher intelligence in here. And I read energy of the videos. I've been able to read the energy of videos, and this is beautiful. I'll be posting this on my main page at some point tonight. Hey, Jane Honor, good to see you. This is the first video I'm showing. I've got a couple of videos I've been reviewing. I'm going to show you the latest video footage from around the world of what's going on. I think people deserve to see on encounters, not just interviews, but so I like to show video footage here. Hey, Anita, good to see you. And I can look at this video all night. This thing is like incredible. We're going to go back to, for people just coming in, you're watching a video taken tonight over Vaughan, Ontario. You can call them orbs, yeah? You can call them orbs. Orb ships, these are definitely vibrating at a very high frequency. And if you look at them long enough, you can see the energy pulsating from them. This is different than the so-called drones over New Jersey in the United States. These things are spaceships. These things are spaceships. So you know. So you know. They're really beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Hey, ARD, good to see you. Yep. So on this show here, we're going to try to show you what's happening with the spaceships. I'm going to try to stay away from the drone footage. I want to show you what people are capturing around the world, which is not drones, but actually higher dimensional spaceships. Isn't it beautiful? You know, beautiful. Hey, thank you, GF. Thank you, GFPRS. Thank you. You know, and we're going to get into some discussion here. There's some misinformation, in my opinion, that's being fear-based, that's being promoted on YouTube and on different social media patterns. And we've got to get away from this thing of either an invasion. There's not going to be any invasion. And also there's opinions of people, they don't really know anything about this. No, they're not armed. These are ships of light. Are these things armed at? No, they're not. I think it's EOS, Umbra. No, they're not. These are peaceful space people. They're higher dimensional beings. They're coming here in peace for contact. I'd be more concerned with your Earth-based, in my opinion, all the Earth-based military operations in different parts of the world. Look at what they're doing. These particular spaceships, these kinds of vibrant ships, have beings in them that are here for contact on peaceful purposes, and they're not here to invade our planet. Anyone who says that is giving you misinformation, in my opinion. And again, this is for entertainment purposes only. We're going to show you some more video footage that you're not going to see on the networks here on Encounters. You deserve to see. I look at a lot of footage that's being sent to me. You need to see some of the footage people are recording, and they're not airplanes in formation. Another video coming out of Denver, Colorado. I'm going to show you two distinct areas of this footage. I kept looking at it and reviewing it, and it's not a bunch of jets coming in to land at Denver International Airport. When you see the video, you'll see that these things are solid light. They're not the light of a jet. If you look at the way they are formed when I show the video, you're going to see that they're not taking the course of coming straight down into a landing pattern, and you'll see that in a minute or two. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm CmdrAleon. We are amped up tonight. Look at this. This has just happened some point tonight, earlier tonight, in Vaughan, Ontario, in Canada. This footage will not be seen, I guarantee it, on CNN or NBC or CBC in Canada, but you're going to see the latest footage here on Encounters. Okay? And for even the skeptical people, you can't deny what's going on here. You know, I know there's still people, 8 billion people on the planet, and some of them still think that nothing's going on. Let me tell you something, and this is for editorial purposes only. There's a lot going on. So, in my opinion, you better wake up. You better wake up. You know, and then there are people who say, well, why are they coming now? Why are these space people coming to Earth now? Why do they have to come here? Some people are like they're offended that there are space people coming to Earth. How could you be offended when peaceful space people are coming here to make contact on our planet? I think you'd be overjoyed. I would. You know? Really. You can see them in Malta, too. Interesting. And the space people are coming here to help us live in a more harmonious way as they do on their own planetary systems. You know? You're welcome. Right. And Jay Niner, I told Jay Niner in Washington State that you would see more spaceships a long time ago, and she's got a ton of footage that she's recording, documenting out there in Washington State. And there's a lot of beautiful things going on here. All right, so we're going to go back to the screen here in a minute. I want to show you some more video. You're watching Encounters. We'll get to interviews tonight, too. Give me a second here. And we're glad to have you all with us here on the show. And we're back. In this video here, I'm going to try to download if I can. I don't know if that's even going to be possible, but I will try to download it. I'm running low on the thing here, so all right, that's from Canada. And where it was originally, it was taken down. The person took it down. I don't know what happened here. I'm just checking if they still have the video. I don't see it. But we'll be showing you some more video footage here. And there's a lot going on here. We're going to show you something. Let's get in here. We're going to show you something coming from Denver. Let me see if I can do this here. Denver, Colorado. And you're going to find this interesting too. We're going to stop the video here. Let's see here if I can do this. We'll show that in a little bit later. Okay, welcome to Encounters, everybody. Hello, everybody out there. I'm CmdrAleon, and things are happening. I'm seeing less of these so-called drone videos. I do still see them here on YouTube and here on TikTok, but we are definitely seeing more of the interdimensional, multidimensional spaceships. And if you look closely, I do a lot of video observation from videos being emailed to me and every other source that I have. And hey, Clancy, good to see you. And you're going to start seeing as we end this year, and I'm not one for predicting anything, but I'm pretty much on the money here. You're going to see more of the spaceship, non-terrestrial spaceship activity coming to Earth, and then also you'll be seeing activity in our oceans. So in our oceans, there are space cities where there are people. In our inner Earth, there are advanced civilizations living in the Agartha network. If you've never heard of that, study it, the Agartha network, the subterranean cities on Earth, within the Earth, okay? Yeah, Cleo, good one, yes. So be aware that you're going to be seeing activity both off-planet coming to Earth, and you're going to see activity coming from within the oceans, surfacing above the Earth, coming out of the oceans, our seas and oceans. Yeah, Rhode Island had a sighting that I'm going to show you in a little bit that was pretty impressive, and the close-up video of it shows what to be 2 or 3 orbs that are pulsating very brightly out of Rhode Island. I think it was Warwick, Rhode Island, and that happened, I think, a few days ago. We're going to show you that video in a little bit. But I want to keep people in tune with a lot of activity here. Sly Esther, do you think, Commander, the missing nuclear bomb theory is true and space people are keeping us safe? Well, space people are keeping us safe. Now, I don't know if the theory of that is true or not. In my opinion, again, there's a lot of banter going about that on some circles and some people creating content about it. But again, I don't think that we have anything to worry about, because if it is true, I'm absolutely certain that that would be stopped from being used. If that is true. Again, there's nobody, showing that is true. There's been no national news media broadcasts on any international media about it. It's been mostly social media opinions and commentary from people, so I'm not really sure. Let's see here. And good evening to everybody out there. You're watching Encounters, No One Spiritual UFO Talk Show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. I think it's $U. Sir, can you answer a question? Absolutely. Please, give me your question. If it's filtered by TikTok, I won't see it. But if it's not filtered, Oh, so I asked her, you're welcome. Hey, Tommy Shop. Deanna says it was like a huge triangle hiding in clouds, and the place watched were found dinosaur footprints. Interesting. A mindless occasion. Why do the advanced civilizations want to live on Earth? Well, they don't want to live on Earth. So, mindless, we're going to bring you up here, I think. You have to be over 18, no foul language, no cursing, no drinking, no drunks, no drugs, no paranormal discussion, religion, or politics. I'd like to bring spontaneously people up here. I love the question. Mindless, great question. Why do advanced civilizations want to live on Earth? Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Give me a second here. I got. Okay. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I have to bring the volume up. Okay. Let's see. I had the volume down. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, good. I had my iPod off, so I forgot to turn it on for my broadcast. So, a great question. And the thing is, the reason why they're not coming here to live on Earth, they've been here for billions of years, but they are from other planets. They are living amongst us in the inner Earth. They live in our oceans, and they're coming here for contact in 2026. That's why you're seeing, in my opinion, these drones. In my opinion, for educational purposes, when I say this, are basically our own governments that are putting these in the air to confuse people. And in fact, the things that you're seeing, like I showed earlier from Toronto, from Vaughan, Ontario, are actually the non-terrestrial spaceships.
Mm-hmm. Is I would them living in the earth, would that be considered another dimension as well?
Not really. They actually live, well, their frequency would be different, not another dimension. Their
Mm-hmm.
frequency that they, in the inner Earth, there's a much higher frequency than on the surface. But our frequency now has shifted in 30, 40 years. We are now operating in a much higher vibrational pattern, even though we still have problems on our planet on the surface. We are definitely shifting into a different consciousness. And in the Earth, they have advanced cities, they're mostly vegetarians. It's called the Agartha Network. If you study the Agartha Network, you can learn about that. It does exist. It's real, and it's been
Mm-hmm.
there for billions of years.
That's interesting. Why would they want to stay here on Earth if they
Well,
are from other places, and also with them being so advanced, I guess I suppose what's the benefits of being here?
Well, they were actually here before we were here. They
Mm-hmm.
actually have the Agartha Network. The inner Earth is where these people live. They look just like us. They have vegetation. They have a sun within the Earth. Now, people don't understand how could there be a sun within the Earth. If you understand that the Earth, forgetting what you learned in science, that the Earth is one solid rock, you're in another vibrational pattern. They have a clear sky. They have weather patterns. They live in the Earth. They have their own sun, and it all exists in what we call the Agartha network, and it's called the subterranean cities, which if people study it, they're really amazing.
Yeah, I have to check that out. And then while I have you here, you said that that contact will happen 2026.
Yes, absolutely. And we did a show last night, my friend, myself, and April. My friend April, my show you can watch last night's show, my YouTube channel, which is a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Every Saturday night we do a contact Q&A of the Ashtar Command, which I'm a part of, and also my consciousness is also space consciousness as well as regular consciousness. So I have a job. I went to college. I played soccer, did all the things anyone would do. I'm no different. Although I am fully activated, I've had many sightings, and I know a lot about the subject.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you ca- do you know? I will check out. I saw some of your show last night. I wasn't able to catch it all, but do you what is contact going to look like exactly? Is it? Are they? I don't even know how to word the question. It's so broad, but what would
Right.
it look like?
Well, the first thing it's going to look like is right now, what's happening now towards the end of the year. There's a lot of mixed stuff in the sky that you're seeing. You're seeing conventional government operated objects, in my opinion, to keep it safe. And then you're also going to start seeing things that don't look like Earth based objects. And if you don't see Earth based objects, you see these other things that are brilliant, vibrating, really of different colors. Those are basically the space beings from other worlds that are coming here and getting ready to make contact.
Mm, okay.
But the contact is going to be right now. It's first of all, they want to get people not to be scared, so they're not
Hmm.
coming in to make direct contact yet. You'll see them on the oceans, on all the different continents, off the ocean areas, on the coasts of different countries. They're going to show themselves, and then even in some places on the land areas, but they won't make contact until 2026.
Okay. And then also, I had a quick, it's a personal question. I know that you felt since from a young age that you've been a star person. I was wondering, did you open up to your parents about that or whoever was raising you? And how did they take that as you were growing up?
Thank you, Tommy. That's a great question. So I did tell my parents about that, and the funny thing is, they were a little bit open to it. Matter of fact, one time when I was living at home with my parents, when I was there visiting them, and they were living in a Connecticut town. My mother at the time said she saw rings of light going through the pine trees. I said, "What do you mean?" I saw, like, she said, three or four rings went through the pine trees and went down the hill. I said, "Oh, that's interesting." And that's the only time she ever talked about it. So we're
Yeah.
pretty open about things like this. And I did tell them, what I thought. They knew that I had friends that would come over that were also very much into the whole thing. And they met some of my friends. And, they met one of the people from Venus, my friend Ashtar Athena in California, who stayed at the house at the time. And so there's a whole, they were pretty much not closed off to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when my mother had her experience with these rings of light coming through the pine trees, I said, "What do you mean?" I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's awesome. I was on your show a little while back. It was in the beginning of November. It was kind of
yeah,
before all this activity had started happening, and
yeah,
I was really looking back on it now. I'm really relieved I went on because you archive all your stuff. So now I kind of have proof to everybody. Like, look,
yeah. Okay,
I
yeah,
even told this story beforehand. So. Yeah,
yeah. I
it's
covered
really
everything.
cool.
And
Yeah.
I told people a long time ago. I've been on here now going on 3 years. I can't believe it. But I can tell you, I don't like to use the word prediction, but I knew that we were going to start having a lot of activity towards the end of 2024. And
Mm-hmm.
I've been right on everything I've stated, I've been correct on. And when it comes to 2026, I mean 2025, yeah, I'm really absolutely going to continually saying the same thing, that and not waver from it, that you're going to see increased activity around the planet. You're going to see larger spaceships start to decloak. Probably in the middle part of 2025, you're going to start seeing that happen. Towards the latter part of 2025 is when things are going to get ready for direct contact with people on Earth. The whole civilization on this planet will be able to see what's going to be happening,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to all be nothing. There's nothing to be afraid of. You're going to see people on social media. Some of them are creating fear-based things, like something's going to happen. They say and I was watching one earlier. It was recorded, and they felt like something big is going to happen, but they were
Mm-hmm.
going in the area of a negative scenario, which is not true. There's no negative thing that's going to happen. It's just that something that's never happened before in this current history is the direct contact with the star people, with the people of Earth.
Yeah, it's truly mind blowing. It's I was on another live just discussing what we all think it was, and it's so awesome to talk to other open minded people, and especially watching you and yeah, everything you've been saying. Just kind of for me, it all adds up, and so it's been interesting following your page and everything you post, and then the people that come on, and it's funny seeing all of the similarities and people's stories, and it's just I'm glad that everybody's finally kind of coming out and saying like, look, I have an experience too. This isn't as weird as people are making it out to be. So,
Yeah, people are coming forward and they're really stepping up to the plate and saying what's going on with them. And I know one of the things that I can say here for sure is that all the videos that I'm putting on my page are all real things. One video I had to keep repeating to people from Terrytown, New York. The people in that community told me there was no drone shows for Christmas. There was no drones in the air. And when I showed people the video, I'll show it tonight here. I will definitely keep really strong about what I'm saying here. When you see this video, I'm going to show these are not drones. The thing is, these things are going in and out of the dimension. You'll see how they're like a kind of a pinkish red objects. They're sort of like in a formation, and they're not going to look like your typical spaceship. So we have to get out of the thinking that spaceships have to look like a certain way. If you start thinking in a very specific way that a spaceship has to look the way you think it is, then you're missing the boat on the fact that the space people have all kinds of spaceships. Some of them are orbs, some of them are living consciousness of collective consciousness, creating a spaceship. They're all different. So what we
mhm,
perceive as spaceships, we have to break that down and stop putting everything they have to be a certain way you believe it should be, because it's not going to happen the way you believe it should be. When the space people come in their ships, they're all going to be different. Some look like pyramids, some will look like oval type craft, some will look like orbs of light. They all
mhm,
are going to be different. So if someone says something, well, that's not a spaceship because it can't be. It doesn't look like the way I think it should be. You
mhm.
have to get out of the human perception of what a spaceship looks like in space that comes to Earth, because they're all going to be different. They're never going
Yeah.
to be the same.
With that being said, this is just a weird thought I've had because I've been thinking about all this stuff like nonstop. It's almost like I'm going a bit insane. But with these people that are coming in, they're coming from a place where time doesn't exist as we know it. Would you say that's kind of correct?
Right, and you're right
So,
on money. So for
so,
basically,
but,
there's no
well,
time and space. Basically,
yeah, with then this raises a question for me. Then why is timing so important? Is it just because they're trying to make Earth understand what's going on and in kind of in a way that we understand? Because we
yes,
have
yeah,
human limitations and they're
yes.
working around that.
You're right on the money. So
Okay.
basically, they understand that we operate in time and they don't.
Mhm.
So they know when they're going to come within our time. They know what our time is, even though they don't work in our time. Like, for example, if I were to go off planet for an hour tonight, hypothetically, I'm not going off planet, but if I was to go on the spaceship,
Mhm.
I might be away for potentially 3 weeks. 3 weeks as you know it, and then I come back to my program within 1 hour. So they're conscious of our time. I come back in an hour, but I've been away for a month off planet, for a whole month off planet. There's no time and space. When I
Mhm.
come back, I know now I come back at 12:30. I go off planet. They take me on the ship. I come back. So for me, they understand they want to get you back in the same time frame as when you left. Not it won't be the same. The time will change because on Earth the clock is ticking. Where they are in
Mhm.
space, they have no ticking clock. They don't have any time. Human beings have to learn to understand that. The space people don't work in time like we do.
Yeah,
Totally different.
they are very kind of respectful to how our mind works, though.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, that's
It's a
interesting.
lot of respect.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and jump off, let you get some other people on here, but thank you for pulling me up.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. It's great, great questions, everyone. Mindless occasion. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
All right, you too. I appreciate you.
I'll keep
We're gonna
watching.
show we're gonna show some more video footage here that's gonna blow your mind. I've got so much stuff to show you here tonight. It's gonna blow your mind. If you're not watching the video footage or watching the show, you're missing the boat, so to speak. Let me get in here, and we're gonna go some more footage. Let me see what I want to do here. This is from Denver, Colorado, and I believe this recently just happened within the last 48 hours. Maybe I think so. And we'll get some more guest interviews in a few minutes. I want to show the video. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm going to flip the camera here. And again, these are not commercial airliners getting ready to land. When you see the video, you'll see what I mean. Hold on a minute. Okay, and we're going to go to the green screen. This is Denver International Airport. This was recorded actually on somebody who added it to TikTok. I found it earlier. But watch the video. Let me see here. Hold on a minute. And you'll see the objects right there. There's 3 there. There's 3 or 4 over there. These are not jets, commercial airliners getting ready to land at Denver's International Airport. They were near the airport, but they were not conventional aircraft. So I'm narrating this because I've spent many years looking at video footage, and I can tell you whether it's a drone, a commercial jetliner. I want you to look at the video. This is from Denver, Colorado, and this is just added on here, I think, within the last 24 to 48 hours. I look at a lot of video footage here and a lot of other places. Take a look at this. Let's see, is it playing? Okay, it's going to be playing now. Is it playing yet? Let's see here. Hold on a second here. Oh, now it's playing. Here we go. And this is from now the recording is playing. Take a look at this. This is crazy. This is for entertainment purposes only. Check this out. 2 different groups, the same extraterrestrials. Right there, right there, right there. Look at them. These are not getting ready to land. They're not planes coming into land. These are non-terrestrial craft. These people were driving, and then somebody in the passenger seat was recording it. Look at that. That's crazy. Okay. Whoops. So that, I'm going to show that again. I think I'm going to show it one more time here. For anyone who missed it. One more time. They're right actually over the international airport in Denver. Right over the airport. Commercial airport. International traffic comes in and out of Denver, and here are these objects right there. You kidding me? Not drones. These are not drones. These are spaceships. Okay? All right. Yep, they're coming. Get ready, folks. The space people aren't afraid to go over. Let me get in here. They're not afraid to go over areas where it is populated. You know, they're not. They're here to make themselves known now. And people need to realize there is a greater purpose and a greater reason why all this is happening. Okay? We'll be getting to more footage here. Let me just flip the camera. So that's coming out of Denver, Colorado. I'm going to show you the video from Terrytown, New York in a few minutes. I'm going to take some more interviews here. You're watching Encounters. I got plenty of footage to show you from the last couple of nights from all over the place, and we're going to let you see what's happening. And we're not going to show you all these drone-type blinking objects, which in my opinion are our government and the Pentagon, who has actually had press conferences in the last couple of days, last week, when they talked about there was no threat with these objects. Basically, the reason why there's no threat is because it's our, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, it's our actual technology that's being put up there to watch the extraterrestrial spacecraft, the orbs and other objects that are appearing. They're being sent out to monitor them and try to catch up to them to see what they are, because they can't control it. And that is the most interesting part of this whole phenomena, is that there's not one world government that can control what's going on up in our skies or over our oceans, because these things are real. Okay. The drone distractions are our government. The orbs are the spaceships. If you see pyramid type craft or orbs now or other types of non-terrestrial craft, that's what they're going to be watching. That's what they're watching. They can't do anything, so they have to watch. They have orbs they can send. I mean, they have drones they can send up, probably from Air Force bases or whatever, to monitor the actual non-terrestrial craft, right? Pretty amazing. Actually, minus occasion, there's actually no real liaison between the star beings. The star beings want nothing to do with the Earth-based governments. They want to make connections with the people, not the government. That's what contact will be like. They're going to make contact with the people, like you and me, people in our audience. They have no interest in the world governments. Let's see here. And please share and like. Please please press the like button and also share. We want to get to, and thank you for the gifts. We want to get to 100,000. I'm going to bring up. Let's see here. Oops. I'm bringing up. Hey, Jules, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. So I wanted to share something with you. It's not about anything I've seen lately, but it's an experience I had that I just thought about a while back, and I'm open to everybody's opinion. So my daughter I've always felt like I didn't belong in my family. I think I told you that before. I've always felt like
Yeah.
from somewhere else I was different. Well, my daughter is exactly like that. So and I always felt that since I had her. So when she was not even 3 years old, she couldn't put sentences together. I'll try to make this short. We were sitting on the couch watching cartoons, and she turned around and looked at me all of a sudden, and she said, "I knew you before," just like I'm saying now, not kid talk. And I said, "What?" She said, "I knew you before." She said, "I saw you from up there," and she pointed up. She said, "And I picked you." And then she smiled at me, and she turned back around and started watching cartoons. And I sat
Really? That's interesting.
It was crazy. That's not the only time though. I got a couple more. And so I sat there for a minute and I was like, no, that didn't just happen. I don't drink. I didn't do any drugs.
Right.
Was that? And so I asked her, I said, Nicole, why did you say that to me? She said, say what, mommy? I not saying that. And I watch cartoons. And she turned back around and I never told anybody. And I just sat there and I was like, wow. So then I guess it was like a year. I was just thinking, why was that? It was about a year later. Some stuff came on TV about, kids that have been alive before and they told their parents they picked them and blah, blah, blah. So then fast forward to when my daughter, she's got two little girls and one of them was probably about 2.5. And I had a picture of Jesus on the wall. And she looked at me and she said, Grandma, he doesn't look like that. I said, who? She said, him. He doesn't look like that. And I said, are you talking about Jesus? Because I believe in God, but I don't know who, what, where,
Right.
And I said, so what are you trying to say? She said, he doesn't look like that. I said, well, what does he look like then? She said, he just looks like light. That's all. He's just light. I don't know how to tell you. And she didn't say anything again. So then wait. So then I have
Interesting.
a granddaughter. She's about 3. So she's the second granddaughter. They're now 10 and 7. And she looked at me and her father, I think her father was her grandmother and grandfather were the atheist and agnostic, whatever that means. And her dad never went to church. So nobody ever taught her about God. I never took her to church. I never talked to her about it. I've always worn a cross necklace and I've always believed in God in whatever form. And she's in my bed and she starts laughing because I had that other picture I had gotten rid of and I had one that was the Prince of Peace. Everybody knows what that is. And she looked up and she started laughing. I said, what's so funny? She said, Grandma. And she paused. She said, and she could talk, of course. She said, he doesn't look like that. I said, what are you talking about? And she paused. She said, let me see how I can put this into words and explain it to you so you can understand. And she paused again. And I said, excuse me. She goes, I have to make sure you understand what I'm saying.
Wow.
And then she went silent for a minute. She said, Grandma, he's just light, just a beautiful light. That's it. That's all. She goes,
And how old was the child?
So the first time my daughter was almost 3. The other one, same age, almost 3. And then
Oh my gosh.
daughter was 3.5, and but the youngest one is the one I focus on because she talks about God. Her dad's, like I said, they don't believe in God. Her grandma's whatever, they're agnostic and atheist, whatever that means. One's one and one's the other, and
Yeah.
so I've never taught her about God. She knows I wear my cross necklace. They know I believe in God and I believe in faith and things happen for a reason. That's all they know. And she
Mm-hmm.
just like she's all over that. And I asked her one day, I said, how do you know about God? She said, because I know him. I said, what do you mean you know him? She said, Grandma, that's where I came from up there. And she looked at me like I was
Oh,
an idiot.
wow.
She looked at me like I was an idiot, and I was kind of felt like one, and I was like, wow, that. And so that's three in a row. That's my daughter when she's three something, two of my granddaughters, and so
Wow.
my perception of God is no longer the same. I understand that it's a being. I don't care if it's a man, woman, whatever. I do understand that someone's guiding me through everything. I feel very blessed for that, and it was just the weirdest thing. I mean, one time's one thing, but three and
Three
and
times.
yeah, and two children that have never been
Yeah.
taught about
Well,
anything like that.
your little kids at 3 years old were basically starseed. They came into human form
Exactly.
you to be
And
their mom. They chose you.
I'm a
Don't
star
ask me
seed.
how that works, but yeah, they chose you, Jules. Yeah.
I've never seen an alien. I've never seen a craft. I'm not going to claim anything like that, but I've always felt different. And I've always had spiritual guides in my life. Like I know when something's going to happen to somebody. I just have the strangest life. And I don't care if anybody thinks I'm crazy. I really don't because
You're
I've
not
told
crazy.
people many times and everybody
No
believes me.
worries.
And I'm like, why do
Yeah.
people believe me? Because I can hardly believe it myself. But
Yeah.
she
No,
comes
you're
over
not
all the
crazy.
time and she says, I want to talk to you about God as you call him. And I mean, it's just the weirdest thing. So I know there's something out there. I've never seen it for myself, but I know you're not lying. It's still hard for me to believe. And I've listened to everybody's stories and they're so amazing, but I wanted to share that because
I think that's a really important thing. There's so many children, like little kids, that are coming to Earth, and you're expressing something that probably there are probably, if not thousands, millions out of billions of people on this planet that have kids that came and chose their parents. And that's the way it is. They're starseed. They came to choose their
exactly.
parents. Like when I was a kid, I know what a starseed is now, but when I was a little kid, I didn't know what that meant. But I chose my parents and my earth-based parents. But I also now know that I have two sisters, a brother, a mother, and a father on a spaceship. You know,
I don't know what I
it,
have, but I just know that I don't fit in my family. I love them
no,
dearly. And I just don't think blood is family. I've never felt that way.
yeah,
And I love them dearly.
yeah,
And certain people are attracted to be in my life. But
yeah,
the things that they said really resonated with me because I've always felt like I just don't know where I belong. And I
yeah.
know
And that's fine. That's beautiful that you don't know where you belong yet.
I have so many things that come to me in life that are just, they couldn't possibly happen to anyone else and no one would believe them
Mm,
if they told them. But the youngest,
yeah,
I can't wait to pick her brain some more because she has more that she wants
yeah,
to tell me, but she doesn't know how. But she's the one that's definitely the closest. But when my daughter said she saw me from up there, she picked me. I was like,
yeah.
I felt honored for one thing, but I was still kind of freaked.
Now, your daughter, I'm getting some. I read energy. If you know my show, I do read energy about things. The only thing I will tell you is she came from a star system somewhere off planet. She, in her original form, was a mature adult, so to speak, a space being that was mature. When she came into this form, she obviously chose to come in this form to have the Earth experience, but she came in without forgetting who she was.
Exactly.
And that's why she's able to give you the information she does, because she does not forget who she is.
So I'll tell you one other thing. So I didn't want to have kids, but I decided to have one because my ex husband wanted one. And when I was having her, I went into labor for 19 hours, and they had to do a emergency cesarean, and the doctor knew I could make it. The anesthesiologist said I was going to die. Blah blah blah. They said both of our heartbeats were racing so fast that they probably could only save one of us. I said if it's going to be
Oh,
one of us,
wow.
be her. And so that was another weird thing. I woke up while they were still stitching and sewing me up, and we're really, really close. And I don't feel like I would be here without her.
Wow.
And the fact that
Interesting.
she picked me, yeah, it was really bizarre.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Wow. Very interesting, Jules. I'm so happy you shared that story because it really is an amazing. Everyone here is amazed at that story. Because let's face it, I can't tell you how many starseed children there are on the planet that have come here and chosen their family. But the way you've expressed it, people can relate to that. We've all, like, in a sense, now as we're older, we can look back and say, if we remember that we come from the star system, we chose our Earth-based parents. We chose who our parents are for whatever reason, whether you were born in the 60s, the 70s, 80s, 90s, or whatever. You chose your parents. You might not think you did, but obviously you came to certain parental areas. And then when you wake up, the other thing will happen to people once they become fully activated in the memory. Not only do you have grandmothers and grandfathers on Earth and cousins or relatives here, but everybody here, not excluded, when you get to the point of conscious memory off planet, you have family on other planets, other star systems. You might have brothers and sisters and other people on other planets that you haven't met yet. But as we get closer to this whole thing where we're going to have contact, that'll be a beautiful point where people around here from all over the world will be able to, if they want to, meet their cosmic family, not just knowing that you have an Earth-based father and mother that's Italian, or somebody that's Irish in your family, or somebody who came from Africa, or the Netherlands, or whatever, wherever you live, Greenland or wherever. But now you know that you have these kids that are coming into Earth, that you're having these beautiful children, and they are fully conscious, and they're telling you things that you don't know. And your story is amazing.
My daughter's still like that, and we are so close. Like she can be one place and I can be another, and I know exactly what she needs, exactly what she wants. We went into clothing stores and picked up the same thing at the same time and laughed about it. It's just weird.
Yeah,
We're so connected. And like I said, I've always felt like I don't belong here, and I'm okay with that. And I love my
yeah.
parents. My mom wasn't supposed to be able to have any more kids, and then there I was. I mean, it's just a whole big thing. And I know
So the
what
thing is,
this.
you know what's interesting, Jules? When your parents had you, just like your little kid said they chose you, in some respects, you probably chose those parents, the Earth-based parents you had,
I'm sure.
just like your little kids did. And so, and the reason why you say I don't feel like I belong here is because you came here from off planet. Where you came from, I don't know yet, but as
Not
you
true either. But I've
meditate,
never
you'll
felt
actually
like
learn.
I belong to my family, and I don't mean that in a bad way. And I love
Yeah.
them. I don't
Hmm.
feel like, and I told my mom this when I was younger. I said, I love you dearly, but you need to understand that I don't feel the love that most people feel between a mother and a daughter. It's different. I don't even know how
Hmm.
to explain it, but she understood and she knew I was different.
Yeah. See, that's
But
a good thing. At least as long as they understand, that's the most important thing, right?
yeah. Well, I just wanted
Yeah.
to share that because I don't know. I feel like that needed to come out. Thank
No,
you
it
for
did. Oh man,
listening.
I'm glad it's another part of the puzzle, and it probably helped a lot of people on here. The hundreds of people. There are people that relate to what you just said, and they're following you because you did speak a truth that I think is very important to speak. I
I
appreciate you.
wasn't going to.
Yeah. Well, see, aren't you happy that you finally did?
Yes, I feel really good about it. So if any of you feel like you don't belong where you're at, it's okay to feel like you don't fit in. You don't have to fit in. Maybe you were meant to stick out. Maybe you were meant to let other people, to allow them to feel those feelings as well. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but it's part of you and it is what it is. I
Yeah,
think
it is. Yeah. One person was crying after you were talking about it that you reached their
oh,
emotional level on it.
oh, I'm so happy to
Uh,
hear that. Yeah. It's
yeah.
nothing to cry about though. It's the best thing. Like when I was younger, I didn't understand who I was and how I was because I had so many experiences. Like I'd have to talk for hours to give them all. But
Yeah.
now I've learned to accept it. Like things come to me if something's going to happen to somebody. I know I have spirit guides. I know I
Yeah.
do. And now I've learned to accept it. It's like a normal every part of my day.
Yeah.
I
You know.
doesn't scare me anymore, and death doesn't scare me anymore. It used to make me scared, but I just because I know when I die, I'm going back to where I was supposed to be, and maybe I'll come back again in another form somewhere else. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, there's no really no death. What's going to happen is you'll be able to choose to be an Earth person, or you'll go back to your space body and be the space person and go back to wherever you came from in outer space, whatever planet that was.
I'm coming back.
Yeah, you're
I
coming
want
back. Good.
I want to help people. I feel like I'm here. I don't feel like I'm here for me. I've never
Good.
felt like I was here for me. I've always felt like I have to put other people first and I'm here to help people. I'm not exactly sure with what because I honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I put it in the back of my head and I haven't paid attention to my spirit guides, but I know I need to because I'm
Yeah.
definitely for a reason. If I'm not going to fulfill that, then I shouldn't be here.
Right. No, you're doing everything the way you should be doing it for yourself, and that's the only way you can do it. By being who you are, following your own independent instincts on a cosmic spiritual level, you just keep doing what you're doing. You just keep being yourself. You're doing everything the right way. You're doing it good.
Thank you. I still have a hard time believing in all of it, but I mean, it is what it is. It's my experience, my
Well, you know
human.
what? Here's the thing that maybe this is one thing. This is interesting. How would you like to remember where you're from?
I would love to. And
Okay, now this is going to be an experiment on my part. My father on the ship gave me the ability to you've seen me on the show take out remotely implants, but I can also do something different, which is not that.
I know you
What I'd
can.
like to do, yes, so with you, what I'm going to do is change your consciousness. I'm not going to control your consciousness. That's not my purpose.
Yeah,
My purpose is to make your consciousness so unlimited that you'll be able to reach out telepathically to your cosmic family. How would you like to try to do that?
I'd love that. I'll try it.
All right, all I'm going to do is open it up to you, and then I'm going to let you come back at some point and tell me what happened. So what I'm going to do right now is I want you to close your eyes, and what we're going to do is unblock your consciousness. And I feel I'm supposed to do this with you just now.
It feels weird, but I agree.
Okay, I just want to make sure you agree. So as you close your eyes, I want you to breathe in. You're going to breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils about 3 or 4 times. And then when you're relaxed, let me know. And what we're going to do, everybody, this is something I don't always do. I've only done it twice. We're going to unblock her consciousness in her brain so that she can actually have contact with her space family, spiritually speaking. Then we'll have her come back when she has that information, when she's made the contact. But we're going to test my abilities on this part of it. And again, I don't claim anything here. We're just testing the abilities here that have been given by my space parents.
I'm going to be optimistic. So
Good. So when you're relaxed, you let me know. And we're going to have a little bit of fun here in a good way.
All right.
God bless you.
Sorry, I got a call.
No problem. So when you're relaxed, let me know. I'm going to shift my consciousness now to do this. And if you're just joining us, we're going to help unblock her cosmic memory for entertainment purposes only. And then it won't happen tonight, but she'll be actually, one thing might happen that she might hear communications telepathically coming through her consciousness. Give me a second. I believe it'll be a woman who will speak.
I can feel your thoughts. I don't know if you know that, but I can
Say again?
I can feel a connection because I'm like this too.
Okay, so as you close your eyes, I want you to relax.
I'm good.
Okay. And right now I'm going to send energy into your molecular structure of your body. I'm going to work on your brain area to unblock blockage so you can remember your cosmic self and that all these things are real. It's just that your brain is the way you operate. We all operate in the human brain, but I'm going to get you to not operate in your brain. I'm going to have you operate in your cosmic consciousness, which is different.
There's a block there.
There is a block. We're going to unblock it. This will only take about 2 or 3 minutes. In a minute, I'm starting to feel the energy around your head. You should start feeling some energy coming through. It's going to be like a tingling sensation. I'm only working on her head area where her brain is, and we're going to unblock the blockage. And when you start feeling a little bit of energy, just let me know.
I feel like a pressure on my head.
Yeah. So we're going to right now unblock the energy. It'll take me 2 minutes to do. This is different than doing implant removals. This is a lot of more positive. Well, they're all positive, but this is to help her remember in the next week or 2 or 3 and make contact of some sort with Christed beings of light from her planetary system. We're taking away all doubt, taking the first thing we're taking away is all the doubt from your brain area. The brain doubts everything. So we're actually readjusting the brain energy so it has an understanding to be completely open. And you should be able to not have your brain keep harping on you that it's saying, well, I'm not sure I believe this. It's the brain that's doing that.
I'm actually smiling right now.
There you go. There you go. So I'm pulling out the blockages. This is not like an implant removal. I'm just unblocking the energy that's in your brain. And I'm realigning the circuitry of your brain so you can actually operate on a cosmic level as well as your human everyday life. But now you're going to be able to, in your sleeping state, you will have dreams. Before you go to sleep, you'll basically say to yourself, I am now ready to make contact with my Christed star family off planet telepathically. And that's basically as simple as it gets. We're not going to make this complicated.
Can you feel how strong my thinking is?
I can feel your energy, and as I sit here,
Very strong.
I have an imprint of your consciousness through your picture that's here. So I am able to feel the energy around your aura because you have a strong aura around you. So right now what we're going to do is do something that's going to be like a beam of light going through your brain. And if you keep your eyes, please keep your eyes closed, you're going to see something, or maybe you'll see some colors now. When you start seeing the colors at some point, that means we've actually cleared the blockage. So as soon as you see any colors, let me know. I'm sending some really super energy into the brain area. Still clearing a little bit of blockage left, not much left.
I can see like, oh, this is crazy. I'm gonna sound like a lunatic.
No,
I
you're
can
not.
see, yeah, I am. I can see like a little bit of like a green glow and a little bit of yellow. It's
Yes.
strange.
Yes, we're opening your energies up. Now I'm seeing an opening of energy of golden energy. Give
That's
me a
it.
second.
It's like a
And
yellow green.
yes.
Weird.
Okay, so in a second you'll be all set.
It's brighter now.
Okay, I'm asking your star family. I'm going to ask your star family this question. I did this with somebody a while ago and they communicated. So I want you to listen carefully now. I'm asking your Christed star family to say something to you. I want you not to operate your brain, turn your brain off. Just let the brain sit there and not say a thing. I want your star family to verbally communicate telepathically with her. So if you'll communicate with Jules and let her know that you're there, please. And again, I don't know what's going to happen. This is an experiment. And if it doesn't happen now, it could happen when she's dreaming tonight. But we're just experimenting here for entertainment purposes only. Keep your mind clear. I'm going to be silent for a minute. I'm asking your cosmic Christed star space family to communicate with you telepathically through your consciousness now.
I still feel a block. I think it's me.
Yeah. Well, hold on. We're going to remove that block right here. Now I'm going to shoot a beam of energy to unlock the block. No pun intended. Let go. Let yourself go. Don't be afraid to let go of the block. It's not something you need to have anymore. When a human being has a block, it's just there to stop you from being who you are. Let go, let go, let go. Let go of it. Let's dissolve the block. A block is not an implant, it's just a block. So let's dissolve the implant. Let's dissolve the block. And as we dissolve the block, you're going to see more golden light come into the consciousness.
It's actually I see more of like a blue, calm
A
light.
blue. Oh, beautiful.
Like I don't. It's not a light blue. It's not a dark blue. It's a different kind of blue.
That's okay. Whatever you're saying, that's appropriate for you.
Yeah, it's like a cornflower blue. Remember that Crayola crayon?
Mm-hmm. And again, you'll start saying this as you go to sleep, before you go to sleep each night. As you use telepathy, you'll eventually have contact. Like I said, it doesn't have to be with me right now. It'll probably happen when we're not live. It'll happen on your own
Because it's not
level.
for you. It's for me.
It's for you. That's right. So it's not going to happen for me. They're going to communicate with you when they're ready to, and when you're ready to receive the communication, which is the way it should be, right?
And then I
That's
will
just the way
share
it
it
should
with
be.
you.
Yeah. So now that those colors are there, you can open your eyes, and I want to see how things go. I know that we definitely opened up a lot. There's going to be a dissolving of blockage overnight, the
A
next
little
2 nights.
draining.
Yeah, the blockage was a lot to deal with on my end of it here, but it's going to dissolve. It'll disappear.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a gradual thing because
Yeah, it will be.
I'm the type of person that could probably not handle it all at once because I've been blocking a lot of this because I don't want people to think I'm crazy. But I wouldn't
Yeah,
have come out and said anything tonight about my experiences if I thought
yeah,
it was something crazy that was maybe going to affect somebody in a bad way.
yeah,
I just, and I don't even know
yeah,
why I hopped on right now and I just happened to see you. And
yeah. Well, you know what it is.
a week
You,
ago, I thought you were a crackpot, to be honest. But
hey, look, I can handle it, and I'm glad you came on. I'm able to, and you're going to find yourself gradually. It will be for you gradually, and it's not going to be like overnight, but it will be each night. You're going to, all that blockage will disappear. Let it go. Just let the blockage go. Stop fighting it. No need to. Let it go, because you're going to be able to really be who you are, and you will be contacted by your space family. If you let it go, you'll have no problem.
I'm gonna let it go. I'm ready
Good,
to. I
good.
just, it's too much to hold in.
Yeah.
Too much
Who
to
wants
hold.
to have all, who wants to have all that baggage? You know what I mean?
No, I don't want it. I don't want to have it. I want to
No.
feel free. I want to, the spirit I have inside of me is a free spirit. And I have
Yes.
spirits around me that guide me through my life. And it's so hard for people to admit that because other people, when they hear that, it's not the norm. And we've been brainwashed to just all act like little soldiers, believe
Yeah.
everything that everybody tells you, and everybody's supposed to be the same. Everybody's supposed to fall in line in life. That's not who I am. That's not who any of us are.
No, no. Hey, Jules, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you.
I could
And
go
I
on
thank
forever,
you.
but I'm not gonna.
Well, thank you for letting me do what I did. And I look forward to seeing how you progress.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope
All right,
nobody's
everybody.
crazy.
No, you're not crazy. You know how many people for the last 2 years come on and say, I want you to know I think I'm crazy. You're
Oh,
not
I don't
crazy.
think I'm crazy.
Throw that word out of your vocabulary, out of your
I know what I
consciousness. You're not.
know. I know what I
You're an
see
amazing person.
come to me. I know who I am.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. I'm going to bring Jules down. And I'm going to take our next guest here, I think. Let's see. Star. Let's see. We have Star. Let's see who else we got here. And just want to, so we're going to be getting into, I want to show another video on the show here. We got time. We're going to get to some more guests, but I got to show you another video. Fernando says, I went to a massive light blue planet with one massive island billions of light years away. Interesting. And I'm interested, Fernando, how you got there. Did you physically go there or did you go out of body? I'm very interested in that. But I want to show you a video. And this video is relatively new. Let me see here. This here, this video is going to blow your mind. This is over Chicago. This is a video that happened on the 17th of December. This is the person who put it up here used the word drone over Chicago Airport on Tuesday night. When I looked at the video, this thing is not a drone. It's so big, it's an actual spaceship. When I show you this video, You're going to be blown away by it. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO show. Get ready, folks. Hold on to your chairs here. What I'm about to show you is amazing. Okay? You're watching Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. And we're going to get to this in just a second here. Let me make sure I got it. Okay, what's this here? Wait a minute. I'm just going to go here in a minute, and I'm going to flip the camera. Okay, here we go. And we'll show it to you. Check this out. We're going to show it to you now. It should. This is in Chicago, O'Hare International Airport. This is Tuesday night, last Tuesday. This is on a flight. They were on a commercial airliner. I don't know if they were coming in for a landing, the people on the commercial airliner, or whether they were taking off, but the person videotaped this over O'Hare International Airport. Look how big that is. Excuse me. I'm going to show it to you again for entertainment purposes only. Again, this is from O'Hare International Airport. And then they clear up the video. They're on a jet, commercial airliner, videotaping this. Now you try to tell me that's a drone. Look how big that thing is. Look at the multicolored lights. One of the things that you'll learn about these things, let me just do this here. One of the things you'll learn is that these craft are actually, this thing was so big. If I was over in Chicago and I saw that thing, I was right on top of it, that thing was probably bigger than at least a football field, for sure. Whoops. Here we go. It was probably as big as a football field. And it was quite big. And Fernando says I want to see what Fernando, it's like blue planet with one massive island, billions of light years away. Yeah, Yvette, I think it's Yvette. Let's see here. You have to be over 18. And you have to be over 18. No kids on the show. No trolls, no foul language, no drinking, no drunks, no drugs, no paranormal discussion, no religion, no politics. So I randomly pick people. I think Yvette will bring you up and see. Let's see if we can get Yvette up here as our next guest. This is Encounters. Everyone around the world, welcome. I'm your host, CmdrAleon.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I just found your platform like about a week ago, and I've been hooked ever since.
Oh, thank you.
As a child, I always believed that we were not the only ones here, because I used to tell my mom that up there in the stars, there were other beings that weren't like us. People used to think I was crazy. When I was pregnant with my third child, we live in Florida, and my husband and we used to talk about a lot of stuff. He was like a Trekkie. And we used to sit outside at my mom's, on the outside of my mom's house, and we would see UFOs, fly.
Oh, wow.
And my husband used to be like, "Wow, look at that! You seen that? That's not an airplane.
Right.
That is not an airplane." And it's funny because when my son was born, I didn't want to take pictures of him because he was born with it looked like he had like a big vein in the middle of his forehead.
Really?
Like, I am not kidding you. Like, I never wanted to send anybody any pictures. I kept saying, my son is an alien. We talked about aliens. We've seen alien spaceships and stuff like that. I mean, when he got older, like that vein that was there in the middle of his forehead, it's gone. You can't really see it that much, but he really did look like an alien. But also, my grandson, my first grandson, he's 5 years old now. But a couple of months ago, he told my daughter, he goes, "Mommy, do you remember when I used to ride the motorcycle and I fell from the motorcycle and I died?" And my daughter's like, what are you talking about? You've never
Hmm.
died on a motorcycle.
Right.
He goes, yes, mommy, I did. It was a big motorcycle. It was black and red. And I fell from it, mommy, and I died from it.
Hmm.
Kids at that age, children at that age are so, like, they can perceive a lot of things. They can remember a lot of things. Even my son, the one that I'm telling you about that had the thing in the middle of his forehead,
Hmm.
one time, my father passed away when I was 11. And one
Okay.
day I was just going through some stuff, and he out of nowhere says, hey, what are you doing here? The same kid that was born that I
Yeah.
said looked like a little alien. And he says, what are you doing here? And I'm like, who are you talking to? He goes, the man that's right there. And I'm like, who? He goes, well, he says he's your father,
Hmm.
and
So
he was
your
really
child,
young.
it
Mhm.
sounds like your child is, obviously a star seed. He came in and he has he had full consciousness of everything around him as a
Yes.
child. You
Yes,
know,
yes, and he's
interesting.
he's like an artist, he's
Hmm.
big time artist. He draws a lot. And I've gotten him to kind of like look at certain things because I tell him sometimes, you just came from another, planet and stuff like that. And he's like, Mom, that's
Yeah.
not funny, you know. But I
Mom, that's so
truly,
funny.
truly believe,
Yeah.
when he was little, because everybody was like, send me pictures. I'm like, no. I'm not saying nobody no pictures
Right.
because
Right.
my son did look like he was an alien,
Right. And
not
really,
so
there were
much.
no aliens, but there were the call. The better word to say your son was a star seed.
A
Star
star
seed
seed,
would be
yeah.
the definition of the kid, or an indigo child.
Hmm.
Either one of those, just semantics. It's basically the same thing.
Well, I just found out about indigo children recently. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
But those are children that are able to perceive and see things, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And some kids don't want to talk about it with you because on a personal level, they might not want to say, "Oh, stop talking about it." But on a personal level, in their quiet zone, they
Hmm.
know that what you know is true. But they can't. They don't want to be perceived as being like, "Oh, I'm going to agree with my mother. She's calling me a space person or a star kid."
Hmm.
And I know I can't. I'm doing my thing, and I don't want to be people knowing my friends saying I'm a star kid. So that could
Hmm.
be part of it too. You don't. Every
Yeah.
kid's different as they grow up, but they
And
all
he is
have a
very
connection.
different from all of them. He is
Yeah,
very
yeah,
different.
yeah,
He's I know he's very intuitive, but I was also very intuitive because I was able to see a lot of things as a child. And I remember giving people readings in the street at the age of
yeah.
9, 10 years old, and
Wow.
having like contact. Like I give you an example one time. I went to a store one time, and this is as an adult, and I seen somebody that kept like tapping at me, and it was a lady in front of me, and I said, I don't know, did you have a child that passed? I see a motorcycle accident, and he
Yeah,
was like 24 years old, and
yeah,
the woman started crying, and I said, this was recent, and it's like my son, the one that I'm telling you about,
yeah,
has those things. He hasn't developed it yet, but he is very intuitive,
yeah. Interesting,
and it's
interesting.
like he says, Mom, sometimes I feel like I have the same thing that you have as a child, because my mother, was very intuitive, but she was afraid of it. I more
Yeah,
embraced it. I mean, I was afraid
yeah,
as a child, I'm not gonna lie. I was afraid of seeing a lot of different things as a kid. It was scary, but then little by little I started, realizing that I had a gift. Like
yeah,
when before my grandmother passed, she came to me. I was the only one in the family that knew she was gonna pass. And I
yeah,
called my mom. I said, Mommy, I have to prepare you. She's
yeah.
leaving soon. And within the
Well,
next day, my grandma was gone.
now if you have a gift, that also means you have the gift to also connect with your star family. So sometimes when we have a gift, we don't realize how much of a gift we have.
Mm-hmm.
I would bet if you focused on trying to figure out who your star family was through meditation, you could use
Hmm.
that gift telepathically to communicate with the star people, Christed beings of light. And I don't think you've used it for that purposes, but you could because you have that gift. You can
Hmm.
switch your cosmic consciousness on and say, I want to use my gift to contact my star family.
Hmm.
I'd
Yeah,
love to
because
see
I've
what
always
happens.
wondered. I've always wondered. I was really into meditation back in the day in my 20s, but it's been so hard for me to get back into meditation in my 50s now. It's been really hard. I really would love to know where I really came from, you know?
No.
but I know
Well,
that
you
I
can.
came from up there somewhere. Yeah.
But the thing is, you can own it and do it yourself.
Yeah.
One of the things is we seek outwardly to figure out how to do it.
Mhm.
And the answer I give to people in my workshops is I take them through meditation to
Mhm.
connect on the inner consciousness. So if you connect on
Mhm.
the inner consciousness, you, and this is anybody out there, try to take the time to believe in yourself enough that you don't have to go to some place to do it. You just need to
Mhm.
do it yourself. Go within your
Yeah.
meditation, turn your
Mhm.
brain off, which is the first thing. Turn
Mhm.
the brain off, and
Yeah.
then say, I wish to connect with my Christed star family, whoever you are out
Mhm.
there. You must be
Mhm.
Christed beings, or else I don't want to communicate with you. And you set the standard of communications telepathically. You can
Mhm.
eventually do it. It might take you a week, 2 weeks. It might take you a year. It
Mhm.
can take you a month or a nanosecond. It really depends how much
Mhm.
commitment you're on to doing it. I think you have the ability to do it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that. It's just been so hard. I'm in my 50s. I had a child at in my 40s, and he's
Yeah.
autistic, and he has, so sometimes I'm just so stressed out that I've lost all of that, trying to not lost it. I didn't lose it.
You didn't lose
It's just that
anything.
I haven't
Yeah.
really focused because he gives me a lot of problems sometimes.
Yeah. No,
And
I
I'm
got you.
into the stress of all of that and the grandchildren around
Hmm.
the house that it doesn't give me a chance to really be in my own little space,
Hmm.
to
Yeah.
be able to meditate like I used to before. Because when I used to meditate before, like I can literally see so many things. And like I said,
Hmm.
I know, and even I talk to my mom now and I say, Mom, just hold on in there because she's going through a lot of stress with my stepfather that has dementia and Alzheimer's. And I tell her, I said, Mom, you're here for purpose. Hold
Yeah.
on. It's hard. It's hard. We have a human existence, and this is like a school of learning everything. And I give her like all the support, because I know she needs it. Um, but I encourage her. This is a
Yeah.
school. This is a hard school.
Yeah.
And once we're done, we graduate. We will graduate, and we go back to where we need to be. But you just gotta hold on. We all gotta hold on as humanity because there's so many things going on.
Oh, yeah. Especially now with all the spaceship activity around our planet, not
You know
just to
what?
mention the.
I have a friend that owns a business, and he's had a lot of communications with them for years.
Mhm.
He actually mentioned it to me the other day. He says, it's weird. He says something big must be coming to Earth because he says there's been so much. He says back in the day, years ago here in Florida, him, his wife, the whole family would see them around the area, like by tons.
Yeah.
And he says,
Well, you
and
know
they
what?
will hover under him, like he would
Yeah.
literally see them over his head. And then he'd look, and then all of a sudden they saw, like, little by little, and then before you knew it, they would just disappear
Well,
into
you
the
know where
air,
you
into
are.
the ocean.
Now you're in Florida, correct?
Yes, I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Okay, so you're also in the Bermuda Triangle. The Triangle,
Hmm.
there's also galactic portals where spaceships come in.
Hmm.
Also, within the Bermuda Triangle, in the depths of the ocean,
Hmm.
there's also space cities or a space city that exists
Hmm.
way, way down, far beyond the coast in the deeper parts of the Atlantic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? It's weird that you say something like that. My cousin was taking a trip from Puerto Rico, from New York to Puerto Rico years ago. And she mentioned, like, she disappeared. Like, nobody knew what had happened to her from that flight for like 2 or 3 days. How they
Hmm.
ended up in the Bermuda? Nobody
Say
knew.
again?
I don't know. They ended up
Yeah,
in Bermuda.
Bermuda Triangle.
Yes, they
Yeah,
were like they were lost. Nobody knew where they were, and
yeah,
ended up. So I don't know if they in while they were in flight, if they went through a portal, what happens. But the
yeah.
thing was that everybody didn't know where she was, and 3 days after is when everybody realized, that they landed in Bermuda.
Yeah. So the Bermuda Triangle is, we call it the triangle. There's triangles existing off the coast of Malaysia and China. In the
Hmm.
East China Sea, there's a triangular thing called the Tigers Triangle. There are triangles in the Great Lakes area. There's a triangle there. There's
Hmm.
a triangle in New England in near Cape Cod in
Hmm.
Bridgewater, the
Hmm.
Bridgewater, Massachusetts area. There is a triangle there that has a lot of activity, both with the Bigfoots and with the UFO activity. So
Yeah.
they're triangles. They're more triangular portals all over the planet that we don't even know
Wow.
about. They exist
Wow.
everywhere. You know,
Wow.
I've
And I
studied
have
these things for
a
years. Go ahead.
I have a question for you because I always say that when they show pictures of different things throughout, the years, that there has to be a reason why people like, let's say the mermaids.
Yeah.
They talk about the mermaids and stuff like that. How
Hmm.
do people get these things in their mind? Is this something that is actually really real and they make it look like it's like, folklore or whatever
Right.
and stuff like that? Could it be that there is, because you're saying that a lot of these things are coming out from under the ocean. So that made me
Right.
wonder, there probably are mermaids.
Oh yeah, we call them mer people. The mer
Mer
people
people?
live in different. Yeah, the mer people have families. They live in the oceans,
Mm-hmm.
all over our planet. They
Mm-hmm.
are very protective of their society because
Mm-hmm.
of the human population on Earth. They're
Mm-hmm.
not always going to be visible to us because they
Mm-hmm.
know how we operate on the planet. On the
Mm-hmm.
surface dwellers on Earth, for entertainment purposes only, human
Mm-hmm.
beings tend to be not so understanding and peaceful towards
Mm-hmm.
something that's different than they are,
Yeah.
and so they're very careful about interacting with humans.
Yeah.
When contact happens, the mer people will be, communicating with human beings
Mm-hmm.
as well as the space people. And I am also one of those space people. So I have a human consciousness. I am
Mm-hmm.
also an Astro Commander, and I have an Astro Command space consciousness. That's why I'm fully activated. That's why I've been able to do what I do. I know a lot of things. I don't go to websites for information. I
Mm-hmm.
get my information direct off planet telepathically,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to go to somebody else and get the information from somebody who's well known, who's written 50 books. I am the book. I don't need another book. I am fully
Wow.
activated. Every chapter is within me. I don't need to go to anybody else and read their book to find the information out.
So it's like, is it kind of like, would you say is like kind of channeling or something?
No, not channeling. I
No.
don't channel.
Mm-hmm.
Channelers basically are channeling what they call the higher self.
Mm-hmm.
Some channelers won't admit it, but they'd be probably offended if I said you're only channeling your higher self, creating
Yeah.
a name for your higher self, which is fine if that's what they want to do, but
Yeah.
they're not telepathically communicating with anybody. They're channeling a higher self. I know it
Okay.
might
Higher
be
self. Mm-hmm.
somewhat, in my opinion, over the years on Facebook, I see too many of it since
Mm-hmm.
Facebook's inception. Over there, I would see tons of people channeling the same space being or same space group, and in fact, they were all channeling their higher self. But if you told them that, they might say, "No, I'm not." But I don't channel anything. I'm a telepathic communicator.
And what
Okay.
about what about
See,
the
OBI's.
Mariana
Go ahead.
Trench? The Mariana Trench. Do you think there's a lot of UFO activity there?
I haven't really focused on that area. I'd have to really do some research on that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
let's put it this way: there's going to be non-terrestrial activity all over the planet pretty soon, in places where it hasn't been.
So we're gonna get a lot of contact. We're actually gonna physically see all these things, correct?
Yeah, and if you listen on Saturday nights to our Ashtar Command Night with me in April, you're going to learn a lot about. She goes off planet on the Ashtar ships in Vermont
Mm-hmm.
almost every other night, physically.
Okay. Saturday at what
Okay.
time? Because I'm Eastern
We're on
time.
it Saturday nights at 11. We're on here usually nightly. I was a little bit late tonight, not too late, but I'm usually on at 11 o'clock. But
Okay.
our Saturday night show is all about the Ashtar Command, about direct contact. Not that I don't talk about it during the week, because people are asking with all the stuff going on with the drones and the orbs and everything. People want to know what's happening. And we have a lot of information. I don't go anywhere for it. I can just tell people, I mean, thank you, that people need to meditate a lot now between
Mm-hmm.
now and 2026. People
Yeah.
need to learn how to meditate, learn how to focus on high vibrational energy, and
Yeah.
get themselves prepared for direct contact, because it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
happening. I've been very consistent about that period, and will continue to provide information here on my show regarding contact.
Well, thank you so much for bringing me up. Thank you for answering my
I want,
questions.
oh, I appreciate you, and you've been a great guest. I thank you for that.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, we're gonna just bring her down here. Now, if I can find that video from Rhode Island, I might show you another video here. And let me see if I can find it. And let's see here. I know I saved it, so I know it's got to be here somewhere. So we're going to see if we have this video from Rhode Island. I think it was Warwick, Rhode Island. Is this it? No, this is not it. That's the other video. Oh, actually, I did save the other video. Wow. Before that video was taken down, I got it on my camera here, saved. That one from, now let's see, there's a thing here. It was Rhode Island. I think, let's go on to the TikTok here. I've got my other thing here. I'm going to see if I can show you. Oh, this is interesting. And this is, check this out. This is, let's see here. I want you to see this video. I'm not sure. This says, this woman recorded this object. I don't think this is in the same. This is crazy. I'm going to show you this video here. This is not Rhode Island. Let me show you this video, folks. Let me see if I can. Let's see if she just has a video. Here it is. I'm going to show you the video. And this is really kind of crazy. This is not a blimp, but I think you need to see this. I'm looking at it really closely. We're going to get some views on this. Well, it could be. You're going to have to look at it. I'm going to try to find the Rhode Island footage here, but I want to get people's perspectives, and I'll accept those perspectives. You're watching Encounters. It's almost near 1 o'clock. We got to 101,700. Thank you. Thank you for the likes and everything. Everybody, please follow the show. I'm going to now show you something. I'm going to flip the camera. So what do you think this is? This was on December 18. This is in California. Now this is another video somewhere else. So this was in California. And we're going to see if anybody has any ideas what we're looking at here. Let's do this here. Let me turn the light out. This sighting has been seen in 2 different locations, I think. And this is for entertainment purposes only. You know, and this is over California somewhere. And it looks pretty weird. I mean, obviously it has some lights on it. Let's see what people think. It could be. It could be. But I've seen blimps. I don't think I've seen blimps with writing on it, but this doesn't have any kind of writing on it. And usually the blimps have a lower thing on the bottom of them. Just trying to get some perspective here. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Sebastian. It looks like a ship. It is actually pretty big. It actually is pretty big. You know, you could be that blinking lights are domestic, or it could be mimicking a little bit of our technology, but not our technology. It could be mimicking it. So my opinion is, after watching this video, there's another video of something similar. And yeah, it could be Catherine. No, it's not a plane. Definitely, this is not a plane. But I appreciate that. No, I've been watching these videos for a while. Witchy Poo says she feels it's a spaceship. I'm going to show you another video. And this has the same. I posted this video, this other one. Let me go back here. we will get to the other video. I'm going to show you the other video in a minute. Let's see here. Now, this is weird. This sighting is Boca Raton, Florida. Check this out. This sighting was a sighting from the other day. This is from Boca Raton, Florida. Actually, I think it's the same video. I think the other person had it wrong. The person that recorded this said Boca Raton, Florida, December 18th. Huh. And then it disappears. I think this is the other one said the other video said that it was California. This one's coming from Boca Raton, Florida. No, not a hologram, Fernando. This is real. That's not a hologram. Different perspective. So there's evidently this particular type of craft has been seen in California and Boca Raton, Florida. I know it's blurry. Sorry about that, folks. I didn't. So we're going to go back to the screen here. Yeah, it could be. We're going to do some more research on this. Two different locations. Okay, let's see here. Two different locations. All right. Okie dokie. And you're watching Encounters here. Let us go back to the screen. And we're going to see who's on the guest list here in okay. I think it's we're going to wind down in just a few minutes, I think. And again, in the box, we have Will in the box. Terry said Chinook helicopter. No, there was no helicopter blades on the thing when I zoomed it in and had a still photo of it. I appreciate that. There was no helicopter blades on the top of this object. I was looking for that, but there wasn't anything there. And the person's wife, when he said helicopter, she said, "No, look, it's not a helicopter." You know, interesting. If you have a story to tell, yeah, I'll definitely show it again, probably tomorrow night. We're going to definitely bring Star up. I know Star's been waiting. So, Star, we're going to bring you up here. Star's been on the show before. Welcome, Star. Good evening or good morning.
Hello, hello. It's currently 1:03, so good morning, I guess.
Yes, good
I
morning.
just
Can you
have
bring you want to bring your
I
camera
just
on
have a
the
video to show you. I
Yeah.
actually took a video yesterday at
Mm-hmm.
it's time stamped at 4:51 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
It's dark in my room, but you'll be able to see the video.
Oh, good. Okay.
So it's like a star-like, it's what I've been seeing, but this one I got a very clear video of it. So I'll play it. Give me 1 second.
And this is for entertainment purposes only. You're watching Encounters. Welcome everybody to the show.
So you could see it, like right here. It'll start right there.
All right.
And its flight pattern is very strange because it goes down. You can't really see it. I actually have another video but it's right there, and then my camera unfocuses, and then it goes right here, and that's when the video stops. And I have like a slow-mo video that I did,
Yeah.
and hold on, play that. Let me rewind that. Okay. So you could see it right here.
Oh yeah, it's a little dot.
Yep.
I see
And
it.
I'm kind of just rewinding and fast forwarding to show you like the flight pattern. It goes down around these branches.
Oh wow, look at that.
Very, very down, very, very fast. It's like I
It's
can't even catch the
it's
frame.
like vertically going straight down from the
Yes.
sky.
Yes. And
Uh-oh.
then it stopped.
Okay, hold on a minute.
It stopped.
Okay, I have to stop I'm getting a warning from TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't want me having that shown.
I guess not. I
Yeah,
could
this
just
is for
describe what happens next. I don't have to show it if that's okay.
no problem. They say it may. It's just the algorithm.
Yeah. Well, I
So
also
the
posted
TikTok
it.
algorithm is telling me I can't have that shown or something.
Sorry. I
Yep.
also posted it on my page. It's my most recent. You can go check it out yourself. But
Yeah.
basically, it's flight pattern. It goes across and then it goes down very rapidly and then stops
Hmm.
for a moment and then keeps going to the left. And then it just keeps going until I can't see it anymore. It didn't really disappear from my line of sight. But it's the clearest footage I've got of these, and I
Yeah.
saw at least 6 of them after this video. And I'm noticing that I'm seeing these more frequently. I have no idea what it is, but yeah, that's my video.
Well, I'm glad we got to show the video, and then I got the warning from TikTok, which was ridiculous.
Yeah,
And
I'm sorry about that. I'm just trying
no,
to show
no,
the truth,
don't
I
worry about
guess.
it. I've been showing video tonight and never came up when I showed the videos here from my end of it. But evidently it has trouble, the algorithm, when other people share video on here, which is kind of ridiculous. But, we are about disclosure and busting the matrix. And it's a computerized algorithm in TikTok that did this to me just now. It just gave me a warning. This may result in me not getting gifting from people and all that stuff. So, um, you know, I want people to share their footage. I would just say the best thing to do, if you have footage, send it to me. Send me the
Okay.
footage. Email it to me, CmdrAleon@AOL.com. If I get the footage here and I post it under my content area of Ashtar Spaceship News, they won't touch it because I'm, basically posting it on my channel directly from here. So, hopefully they won't. But I've had a few run-ins with TikTok on my show in the last 2 years, and not too much, but every time it happens, it's ridiculous. And we're going to continue to bust the matrix and tell the truth here, and continue to share video from people all over the world. I think
Yeah.
it's important, and we're not going to stop doing it just because an algorithm is a computerized system that doesn't understand what a human emotion is or a human person is. A program that was put together by human beings that is ridiculous.
Well, I think to me, this just confirms that.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Your life is not eligible for recommendations and restricted in search results because it contains unoriginal or reduced content. We have detected and enforced this content violation using automated measures. This is in line with your feed eligibility standard use of community. Submit feedback. Wait a minute. I'm
what
going
is
to appeal this. I'm going to
happening?
appeal. The notice is unclear. My live does not contain content mentioned in the notice. I understand the decision, something else. I'm going to say, I'm going to say I have the choice. The notice is unclear. I'm still not sure why I got this restriction. My live does not contain content mentioned in the notice. I'm going to go with that one. I'm appealing it right now.
Yeah, I mean, I did post it on my TikTok, but I just showed you my own
Yeah.
original
Right.
videos. I don't know why. It's not like anyway, that just confirms to
Yeah.
me that what we're seeing and experiencing is very much real.
Yeah.
This is just more censorship, and yeah.
Yeah. I'm appealing it, and they give you the option to appeal the algorithm thing, and I think yeah. So we're going to leave it at that for now. Um, yeah. Okay, Star. I appreciate you, man, for coming up here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Trying to show the
I'm
truth.
gonna. Yeah. What'll happen is a live person will get my appeal, and I think I think that will you know that will change. I had to have something like this happen the other night, and I think this will stop TikTok from doing what they're doing because there's nothing that was violated here from my perspective. So if anyone TikTok's listening and you're watching my show, there's nothing here that I consider a violation. All right, I'm going to let you down.
All right, thanks so much.
Yeah, no, I appreciate everything. You provided some good information. And I think we're going to call it a night. And I think we're going to call it a night here. But I've definitely done what I've had to do here. Um, and so we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm doing what I'm going to do. I'm going to bust the matrix. I appreciate all the support here. And we just keep moving, trucking on here. You know what I mean? Thank you for watching Encounters. Thank you for your gifts. And I do believe my appeal, usually they'll send me a message on my appeal. So, yeah. Okay, everybody, have a great night. This has been Encounters, and we'll see what happens here. Now, I showed video tonight. If they're going to start censoring UFO footage, that's not good because if they start censoring UFO footage, that means that, in my opinion, they don't want, for editorial purposes only, they don't want people sharing UFO footage because it's going to be giving people information and telling the truth, you know? But we're not going to stop doing it. We're not the footage that we have on our main page, the footage that we have here that we're going to show you is news related, and TikTok has to realize that also I'm a news person and I can put news related video to the subject on here. I'm not just here to talk and just babble out words all night for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, well, tomorrow night for sure. So again, send your footage to me at CmdrAleon at AOL.com. Thank you everybody for being here. And we're going to see if we get any in the next 24 hours. We're going to see if TikTok sends me a reply to my appeal, what I thought was ridiculous. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. And we're going to go to sleep, get some rest. And we appreciate it, everybody.